beautiful people, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. So today I am going to do a quick hair update. I have been so super busy. I also have not straightened my hair in a really long time, and so I finally have. I just came back from the hairdresser today and I'm really happy with the result. But today I'm actually on here to tell you about a sort of impulsive, big fat mistake that I made with my hair that I terribly regret now, especially after coming back from the hairdresser. And kind of, I mean, towards the end we debated for like what felt like an hour of whether or not to cut my hair, and I am so sad currently because I totally regret this thing that I did, and I would not want you to make the same mistake. So I'm going to tell you what it is in a minute, but this is basically the reason that my hair is looking so thin, and it really annoys me because I've been working super hard. I must say that my relationship with my hair has drastically improved, although I've completely kind of simplified my hair routine. I've been looking after it, but I am not as obsessed with my hair as I was when I started my hair journey, and how, you know, I remember really wanting it to grow. I would check on it and see, you know, has it grown, what's going on with it, you know, fiddle with it and play with it and straighten it way too much, just to see if it had grown. Just to see what it looked like, because you might also notice when you straighten your hair kind of looks much shinier and even healthier, and I would just fall in love with the look of it being straight and checking on the length and measuring and all of that. But all of that is stopped now. I promise. I've returned to sanity, and I've definitely continued taking care of my hair, but now that I know it better, I know what it needs and I can look after it properly. And I also know the bare minimum of what I really need to do and what is kind of a nice to have and what I can kind of get away with. So, you know, I've been keeping to the principles, but also kind of simplifying my hair routine, that I don't have to do the entire thing and my wash day doesn't take the entire day, but I also still look after it and feed it and water it and give it the essential nutrients it needs in order to grow. As you may know, I kind of started my own hair care line, and I wanted to put together the peripheral products, the products that you don't really hear about, that are outside shampoo and conditioner, that help get your hair to the next level. And it certainly has worked for me, and I know it's worked for a whole lot of naturalistas and relaxed hair sisters who, you know, have done the same, who've woken up to the fact that, listen, black hair grows, and we don't have to believe the lie and the myth that, you know, it takes forever. It depends what, you know, ethnicity you are or whatever, and we all know now, and we are all waking up to the fact now that, you know, good hair is not a texture, it's a condition, and that condition comes from the fact that good hair takes care. End of the story. And you just need to know how. You just need to be educated on the kinds of ingredients and nutrients and vitamins that your hair needs to grow, because it's just like a plant. You know, if you don't water it, it won't grow. And also the fact that you have to nourish your hair from the inside is incredibly important. So I'll link my online store down below. I'm super excited that I got to, I'm mentioning it casually now, but I'm actually super excited and proud and amazed that I have managed to do this and pull it together. I built this online store with these bare hands. I didn't do all of the technical stuff, I must say, but I did a lot of the work myself. All the photography, all the design work was my own, and so that's my baby. I believe that I hadn't straightened my hair for a good 2-3 months, which for someone who used to straighten it every 2 weeks, in one of my previous videos that you may have seen, that is quite a long time. I had just been, you know, basically washing it, moisturizing and sealing it regularly, and then just tucking it away, putting it in some nice protective styles, and just forgetting about it. And that's where I'm like, I think the obsession of my hair going down helped a lot with taking care of it and really giving it what it needs instead of what I would like and what I would prefer, and just getting used to it, because after a while you actually just appreciate it, and you know, appreciate the no fuss way of looking after your hair, and your hair thanks you for it. So now the reason for this video and the reason for my hair thinning, this has actually been the bane of every time I go to the hairdresser. As I said, my hair is always looking super healthy. You know, no matter who washes it in that hair salon, everybody knows me there, but someone new washed my hair today and remarked as well that my hair is super soft and super nice. But my hair is actually thinning out because, and not necessarily actually thinning out, the reason or the big mistake that I made about a year ago, I think I stopped cutting it a year ago, is because I decided to do an undercut. So this was definitely a spur of the moment decision, and you know, I was like, oh, I really wanted one. I was seeing it everywhere and I was like, oh my gosh, I want one, and it looks really cool, and I love the idea of like shaving your head and then like having a ponytail up there, and it's kind of like this badass look when you tie it up. So I really like the idea of an undercut, and it was absolutely my idea. Nobody forced me, nobody did whatever. And my husband was like, okay, cool, why don't we just do it? So I let him shave the undercut, and it looked really good for a moment. And obviously once you cut it and it starts growing back, it just actually looks worse. So you're in a way like forced to continue cutting it and shaving it. But when I decided to stop cutting it, and also like when I would relax my hair, it just would be so weird, like my hair just wouldn't know what to do. But when I decided to stop shaving it and let it grow back, it kind of just looked even more weird. So anyway, I stopped cutting it, I let it grow back. It's been over a year. However, the rest of my hair has started to like not only catch up but also pass it. So as some of you may know who've been following me for a while, that at the end of 2017, that's basically when I started my hair journey and started really looking after my hair and being intentional about growing it and researching, and really, I mean, I had kind of been like that before, and had always been obsessed with my hair, because your hair is your crown, and that's why you know, my brand is called Atara, which means crown. I just thought, you know, I think after my 2017 like awakening of really getting serious about my hair, in 2018 I kind of, you know, started getting even more serious, and the more I found out, the more like I just fell in love and went crazy about hair, and my hair actually started growing. So you might notice that my hair used to be kind of on my shoulders, like collarbone length, and I remember people telling me back then that, you know, my hair was so long and so beautiful. I actually shared my hair journey on the Atara blog recently, so you can see some old really embarrassing pictures of my hair not looking so great after I had colored it and put it through all sorts of things, and it grew back, you know, after I had colored it and put it through all sorts of things, and you know, it eventually grew back, but it also started growing back past the hair that was catching up and growing from my undercut. So what my hairdresser told me, and this is why I realized it was a bigger mistake than I thought initially, is that the hair at the bottom of your head actually, you know, the scalp that it grows from, the piece of your scalp and skull that it grows from, is actually the most stimulated because of your jawline, because that's where those are the muscles they are linked to the muscles in your face that you use the most. So therefore that hair gets stimulated the most and it grows the most and probably the quickest, and it's also probably the thickest part, typically the thickest part of your hair. And so what you do when you shave an undercut is that you shave off the longest, thickest, you know, most prolific part of your hair and you take it away. So in letting this undercut kind of grow back, which it did really nicely, the problem is that the other hair that was already by my collarbone started growing as well on my hair journey, and as I started taking better care of my hair, and it started just shooting and growing like mad. There's quite a gap between the hair that is growing from my undercut and the hair that is getting its length. And so I was really hesitant to get rid of my length, and after some time I was like, you know what, let's just go for it. And then today, when I was prepared to cut my hair to my undercut length, my hairdresser was like, no ways, I will not let you. She's awesome. Odette is super sweet, and she's also attached to my hair, and she's been on my hair journey for the longest time with me. And has been supporting me, helping me, understanding whenever I come with all these funny requests at the hairdresser. She is like, no problem. So she was like, no ways, you are giving me heart palpitations and I refuse to cut your hair. You know, let's rather, and this is the solution we came up with, is let's rather keep trimming it a little bit at a time, so that your undercut can kind of catch up and your longest hair like kind of doesn't get too, you know, far ahead of it. So that's the solution we came up with. It kind of looks strange right now. She says it doesn't. Kind of leave it. We're going to leave it for about 3 months and let it just grow out and kind of even out on its own. So that's the plan for now. But also, because I am not so attached to my hair anymore, I wouldn't attempt to cut it on my own, but because I'm not so attached to my hair anymore, I don't feel the need to you know, have it out and have it straightened, luckily. So I usually like wash it, treat it, and tuck it right away for an extended period of time, so I actually won't be seeing it that much. And hopefully it'll just be put to the back of my mind and I can live with it for the time until it can grow back. So that is the reason why my hair is looking thin and not as great and full as it used to and as I know it to be. I do notice a little bit of change in texture, but other than that, you know, my undercut is growing really nicely, and I mean, to be fair, that is just over a year's worth of growth, and so that means that I cannot wait to see what it looks like this time next year. Hopefully this problem will be fixed, but also hopefully it will be the length that I want it to be. What this is proving to me right now is, I mean, my longest hairs are as long as my hair has ever been, and it's just growing more and more, and they're not raggedy edges, they're straight. So the fact that this is possible is just exciting me even more, and I hope it encourages you even more that it is possible to grow your hair, that your hair can be relaxed or text-laxed. The hair relaxer didn't take very well this time. Again, I think that it seems like my hair texture is changing a little bit. If you've experienced that, I would love to hear from you. I don't know what is going on there, but it didn't take so well. But I, in any case, tend to text-lax my hair, which is basically put relaxer in my hair for less than the recommended processing time. My hair takes pretty quickly to that, but I still feel like, you know, a lot more curl definition coming out, which I'm not mad about at all. So yeah, that is the hair update, why my hair has been thinning, what I regret doing. I totally regret this undercut that I made, but hopefully you know about it now and you do not make the same mistake. watch these hairs at the bottom of your head, because they are your like strongest, longest, quickest growing hairs. So yeah. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Please let me know if you have experienced such a problem in your hair journey, or what is the biggest problem that you've experienced in your hair journey. I wouldn't say this is the biggest problem, but what are some of the problems that you have experienced along your hair journey that you regret, that you would like to never do again? And I would love to hear your comments in the section down below. If you enjoyed this video or you found it helpful, please give it a thumbs up, a like, a comment, a share. Share it with your friends. Make sure they don't make the same mistake, or at least that they're aware of the repercussions. But I'd love to hear from you. Let me know what else you would love to know about hair, like to see me blog about or vlog about. I'd love to hear from you. So thank you so much. Please don't forget to subscribe and like and comment. Really appreciate your support and you watching. Until next time, bye.